You think of City League football, and Coach Dean's the first guy that pops into your mind. He was involved in City League football for 20 plus years.
He had built the Nelsonville program into the elite program that it is today. I had a lot of good memories with Earich. We ran together on the field, off the field. He's a born leader. I started coaching right out of high school, and Kim Rosser and Kurt Gable approached me and said, would you be interested in taking this program over? We're going to move up. I said, I have a friend that just moved back into town, and I'll talk to him about it. And there was no looking back. Within 3 or 4 years, everybody had all new equipment. He had set up fundraisers. He took the bull by the horns. And he never looked back.
In addition to that, the bleachers, anything, the scoreboard, I know that he was heavily involved in not only just growing young men and players, but in addition to that, how can we make our facilities better? Remember countless times of him, painting the field and putting the numbers out. So it wasn't just the coaching aspect, he really was the staple that made most everything go round.
He was very well organized. We made it fun for the kids to learn, and Earich was a great leader. He's a great leader with the kids because they looked up to him. He put a lot of time and effort in with the kids, not only at the youth level, but also at the high school level and the junior high level. He's always proven him that he's there for the kids and that he's there to teach.
I think that's something that makes Nelsonville football unique, is that everything focused and started on Biddy Leg. Kids were not taught something different than what they were taught in high school.
Erich's a book of knowledge on football and a lot of different aspects of life. Just a really knowledgeable person.
It wasn't until later on that I realized when we played for the love of the game, but I had absolutely no idea just how much he understands the game.
3 or 4 steps ahead of the other coach as far as play calling. It wasn't what am I going to call next, it was okay, this is what I've got set up, and it worked every time.
I've not met somebody else with his ability and his knowledge and able to articulate and to have kids execute and understand the game the way that he does.
Everybody knows that the youth is where the high school comes from. It's these kids coming up from the youth that build the programs that our high schools have. And Earich, like I said, he had a large impact.
I think he has just as much blood, sweat, and tears as what Coach Dave Boston did and what he meant to Nelsonville football.
Dedicated, no doubt about it. And it doesn't matter whether you've got a personal relationship. He's one of those guys that, he's all in it from the get-go. He's not going to do anything halfway. Just an absolute staple to that program. He's a lifetime learner as it comes to football, and just an overall a great human being.
His impact to the community, Earich, was a positive. And it was all about just sharing his knowledge of the game. And I believe that's why the program is where it's at today.
I think Earich going into the Hall of Fame is a big deal, and I think it's well deserved.
He's been a great friend, somebody you can turn to, and I think he's really deserving of this. I think it's awesome. Well, Earich, there's nobody that deserves it more than you. We've had a lot of great times. Had a lot of great times on and off the field, man, and it's well deserving. Congratulations.
Absolutely well-deserved honor to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and can't tell him enough of what he has meant to our community and all of us, growing up with Nelsonville-York football.